Hey man, say man, y'all already know who it is. The big boss dog. K-Po through the dope, hit the top to his back, spoken my soliloquy. Them tough times don't last. Good people do that. Not yourself. Caught him in the fight like really matter. Peak game, made the foes and what's one. Y'all know what this is. We clutched up, we clutched out. You know what we're talking about. That boxing. Before we get to the main entree, the main dish, gotta introduce our second host, future Hall of Famer, legend, Brody on the Hustle, aka Coach B. Let these boys know how you doing, man.
Hey, what it is, folks. K Poden already said it. Y'all know what time it is. We clutched up. We clutched out. Y'all know what we're here to talk about. He already told y'all that boxing, man. But y'all know what I'm finna tell y'all next. Hey, God wake y'all up. He put breath in y'all body. Everything else is absolute extra. Get up, do you, take care of the fam. Don't let nobody steal you away from that at all. And with all that being said, K-Po, I'm passing it back to you. Let's continue the show and let's let them know how we flow.
We're gonna start out for the next topic. So Jam Hussein was interviewed by Ariel Hawani. Okay. I don't know why Boots is sitting with that dude. That dude, I'll tell you later, coach. Dude weird. But they asked him straight up. They was like, "Do you believe that you can get the Crawford fight? You know, if you able to get these other names, or you able to, Eddie Hearn keeps bringing up Terence Crawford. Do you think you can get the Crawford fight?" And Boots just outright said, "Look, I'm not worrying about him." He said, "I'm trying to go on my own journey." Right? He said, "But later on, if it come up, cool." But he said, "I'm not really sweating." And he said, "Plus Crawford already said he won't fight me." So, coach, is Boots right for having that mindset, going down his own path, his own journey? And if he does, let's say, get two belts, he unifies at 54. Do you think that'd be enough to entice Terence Crawford to basically want to fight him? And do you think what would be a good weight class for these guys to fight in if you was the promoter? Remember those something.
I'll be honest. As soon as you brought up the subject of, Bud and Boots in the same realm, I automatically said in my head, without a shadow of a doubt, Boots. If anybody questions him about Bud, I think he shouldn't entertain any questions until he find himself and do something, because that ship is sailed. I'm gonna be honest, that ship is sailed. Bud is went on, did what he's supposed to do. He took care of business with Majamar. He's now taking care of business with Canelo. He's sitting at the top right now. He's the politician now. So for Boots to sit there and be, just a small chairman or sitting in the chair, barely getting votes across to come across his desk, I think he did the right thing by saying what he said. Let that be right now. You go off, find your own way, do what you got to do, and you ask the question about unifying. Would that entertain Bud? Of course it would. Why not? That's what's been entertaining Bud his entire career, going after unification bouts. That's what's been enticing him his entire career. That's what his career is built off of. Unification. 3 times. You know, undisputed, unified. That's what he's predicated off of. That's what he's built off of. That's what his resume says. So for Boots to go unify, and I would rather him unify at 54, because I think for Crawford and Boots, that'll be the perfect ideal weight for both of them, because I think Boots going up to 68, where Crawford has comfortably fought already, and not just fought, he's fought the name at 68. He's fought Canelo. I think that's just all the more advantage for Bud to be fighting at 168. So I say bring him down. Well, Bud drop back down to 54, make it a unification bout, and run the scrap, run the fade. I really, if I was a promoter, I would sit down and look at it. Like I say, I would check out the entire landscape of both these guys' resumes, what they have done, what can entice a Bud Crawford, and for Boots, you finally unified. Okay, let's go after this dude. Let's go see if we can get him in negotiation. Let's go see if we can put together a solid contract for both of y'all to finally settle the dust and see which guy is the home run hitter, which guy is really gonna be the guy of this era, this generation. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I can't even say era, because Boots is kind of in his own era, Bud is in another era. But at the same time, unifying at 54, I think would entice Bud more than anything. I think if you're not unifying, if you're unifying any other division, it's like Bud, like, okay, I've been there, done that. I've been there, done that. So 54, that's the division. That's the division they should fight at. If I'm a promoter, I'm not asking for anything else. If I come to you and say, "Hey, Boots, you good at 54?" You say no. Okay, well, forget about it. I'm not negotiating with you. If I go to Bud, he say I ain't fighting at 54. Okay, well, negotiations off. I want to see y'all at 154, not 47, not 40, not 60, not 68, 154. That's where I want to see y'all at 154 because I feel like right there, both guys will, without a shot of a doubt, be at their best they've ever, they're the best shape they've ever been in their life because that's like the median between where these guys both have come from in their journey as fighters. So the 54 to fight at 54 to see Boots and Bud fight at 54 would be superb for the fans and both of them. They finally get to get in the ring with each other. They can kill all the small talk. They can really point out and really show which guy has the better skill set, which guy is the better switch hitter. Since y'all want to call Bud Crawford a legit switch hitter, in my opinion, he's not a legit switch hitter. He's an investigative switch hitter. I said that before. Boots is a more pure switch hitter. You can see which guy has y'all got all these questions about Boots chin. Y'all got questions. I have questions about Bud's chin. Well, I can't really question that no more because it was kind of answered in the Canelo fight. But at the same time, it's a lot of question marks between those two fighters in general in comparison to each other. So 54 would be the perfect place to do it. Boots, you need to get on the move, unify if you want to entice or even get a Bud Crawford to look at you. Because like I say, that's what he's predicated off of, unification bouts. And to have all those belts in your hand, you basically got Bud in the palm of your hand. Pause, no freakies in full effect, even though it's toward the end of the podcast. But at the same time, like I say, Unified 54, I guarantee you Bud will look at you because Bud still has low mileage. I can look at Bud and tell he's still hungry. He not gonna play. He not gonna show you his cards. If I'm Bud Crawford, I haven't shown you too many cards this far, so why would I show you any cards I'm ready to put in play now? Boots just have to do the right thing, gain the right notoriety, get Bud's attention, which is unification, and I feel like right there that's a guaranteed shot to get Bud Crawford in the ring with you.
I think uh, I think since Bud is the A side now, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to come to him and be like, "Hey, fight Boots at 54." I
Mm-hmm.
think he gon' he gonna really start politicking and feeling this stuff now. Why? Because we've seen it from every other boxer who's gotten to that level, right? I mean, Bud is gonna start getting paid unless he, if he keep fighting, he's gonna get paid minimum 10 million, 20, 30 million, depending on who he fighting, right? But minimum he get about 10 because he just beat the cash cow, right? So um I think that if Bud fight Boots, it'll be at 60. 60, or he might make Boots go straight up to 68. Um, because at the end of the day, why give a young guy an advantage, right? Boots can do what Bud can do, but better. He just don't have the experience, right? So I think that when it comes down to that matchup, is as a promoter, I feel like Bud will play hardball, and it'll be difficult to basically uh, negotiate with, and the fight will probably end up dying out. But if they were to fight, it'd be either at 60 or 68. Um, Boots, he gonna have to fight some key names to get the attention of Bud Crawford if Bud don't retire, right? Um, so that goes into the Baka Murtazalev, right? That's what we talked about earlier. Bakaram beating a active Jamel Charlo. I'm talking about he come back, he wrecking stuff again. Beating a fighter like that, if Boots fights him, beats him, fights a boxer and beats him, and looks spectacular in those fights, right? Now you got Boots, now you got Bud's attention, right? And there's steam picking up, right? A lot of people are starting to ask about Boots versus Bud, right? They're starting to ask about that again. So, which is messed up for Bud because he just won, and people are already like, hey, fight Boots, hey, fight Dimitri Bivol, which is career suicide. Fight Dimitri Bivol, fight Janet back, you know. Um, but fighting Boots, I think to get Terence Crawford's attention, Boots gonna have to beat a Baccarat, get that IBF belt. If he beat another champion, that'd be phenomenal. If he beat a Sebastian Fundora, get that WBC strap. But if he just fight Baccarat and destroy him, which I don't see that happening, but if he's able to destroy Baccarat and then be able to get in there with an active Jamel Charlo and he destroy him, I think that'll get Bud's attention. But until then, I think Bud he's just trying to look for another strategic advantage. You know, that's just that's just how I see it. But we reached the end of the podcast, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We didn't talk to y'all for almost an hour about boxing. We appreciate everybody for coming to the channel. The channel is growing, man. And we appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Coach B, y'all getting to see his boxing mind. You know what I mean? Y'all already know about mine, but it's really to shed light on Coach B. You know what I'm saying? Because Coach B is their future. And then I'm telling you, you're gonna look on that apron, you're gonna see Coach B up there coaching, yelling at somebody about to slap them. But we really appreciate y'all. This is Genesis at the beginning. Continue to support us. Like, comment, hit, and subscribe. Tell everybody, man. Y'all got any suggestions, man? Put it in the comment section. You can shoot us an email. We're gonna put our email is in our bio of our YouTube page. So, feel free if you don't feel like posting your comment publicly. I know some of y'all, because they do that on my channel. Some people don't want to put their comment on it for everybody to see, so they send me emails. Send us the email, man. You know what I mean? We greatly appreciate it. You know what I mean? It ain't easy coming up with content. We have to filter out like what we want to talk about. So, we greatly appreciate everybody. But just remember, we clutched up, we clutched out. You know what we're talking about. That boxing. Boss, coach, we're out here.
Salute.